Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Tony King. I'm a photographer and welcome back to a new series called Behind the Album. Photo albums are what I usually post to show all of my comprehensive work along with other videos reflecting on it. And I'm posting these videos now to reflect on specific photo albums and a few selections from those to see how I did. Now I have a very specific scoring method for all my albums, and today's album is 147, A Peaceful Day at the Lake here in Atlanta, Georgia on April 12th, 2025 that I took on my EPL3. I took 101 images that made it into this album and I chose 10 as my postable ones. So I'm going to be choosing from some of those postable ones today. And that gives that album a score of 9.90, which is about the median range of most of my albums. So looking at this, I can take into account that this is an average look at overall what I get in my albums and maybe where I can improve on that. So this is a lake that I go to all the time, and obviously this shot is not of the lake specifically, it's of the area around it. And I really like how this tree is cutting across the image, but primarily I really like the vibrance of the green. I think a lot of the photos I took on this particular photo album had a lot of beautiful vibrance that really pointed out the beautiful nature of this lake. April 12th, great day to go out on the lake and get these colors. There is some construction right there, and as of recording this now, there's a lot of construction still, which is unfortunate. And I was trying to really frame this road work ahead sign in an interesting way because it was on the ground, covered up by the stand that it actually would be on. Using this stand, splitting the image in a lot of ways adds a little bit of dynamism to this picture. I think it's a strong composition. You know what it says because this is a common sign, but it's still obstructed, and I don't know. I think it gives a left behind feeling and says something interesting. I like the color quality as well. Next, there's a very peaceful, serene part of this lake. Actually, I think the day I shot this photo album, I created a digital journal, so you can check that out on my channel as well. So I was working with a few different camera setups, and I just really love how the different branches come off the main branch in this image and create a web and cut across the image. It's really nice. We have some stuff in the foreground too, and again, that vibrant green is pretty beautiful. Still in the same area, there's a lot of fantastically interesting trees coming out of the water and creating really neat shapes here. Again, the green is fabulous. The light coming from the back is super nice. You can see some subtle shadows from some of those trees, but overall, color quality and just the interesting look of these trees are framed really nicely, and I'm very happy with this image. So among all this green, we have a very small amount of red/orange leaves, and this leaf is dying, and I thought capturing this leaf very sharp amongst all this softness of the other leaves of the background was a really nice composition and a unique find. You have to really be looking around to find something like this. So proud of myself for actually spotting this and framing it how I did. I think it's a pretty nice image. And lastly, we have an overarching image of the lake itself. The sky is pretty blown out and it's a very bright image. As we've seen, it's a bright day. I think the foreground objects of the little leaves at the front create a really nice shape and have really nice bokeh to frame the bottom of the image. The water's looking really nice. I don't like it when there's too much light glimmering off of it. I think it gets a little distracting. It's a little too much. And the green in the background is really nice. You can see that there is a trail going back there. You can infer that based off the shape of the lake. So I think overall, this is one of my better shots of the lake as a whole, just trying to consider a landscape. So very happy with this one as well. And that is going to do it. If you want to see all the images from photo album 147, you can look that up on my channel, and I'll probably have a link in the description to a playlist with all my photo albums where you can find my comprehensive body of work as a whole. Hopefully my reflection on this work is somewhat interesting and can be beneficial to you, the viewer. It's definitely beneficial for me to see where I was at certain points and what turned out to be what conglomerates to be my body of work. So without further ado, I hope you subscribe to the channel to stick around for the upcoming videos. I've been Tony King. I'll see you next time.